Hey everyone, welcome back to our weekly market update. Today we're breaking down what actually happened in the market in December 2025, and these are real numbers, and this is going to tell you what they mean if you're thinking about buying or selling in 2026. And I'm joined by Carrie today, who's going to be helping us connect those numbers to real-world financing and payments. So before we get into the details, here's the big picture. So homes are still selling, prices are still up year over year, and things are taking a little bit longer on the market. And buyers finally have a bit more breathing room. This is what I call a thinking market.
So let's dive in a little deeper. In December, we saw 166 new residential listings, up about 6% from last year. Pending sales increased slightly, 204 pending, so that's up just over 2%. And then closed sales dipped just a little bit, about 5% from December. So what does that tell us?
More homes are coming on the market, and buyers are being a little bit more selective still. So let's talk about days on market. This is an important one. Homes took an average of 43 days to sell, up from 38 days from last year. So year to date, we're also seeing homes take about 5 days longer to go pending than in 2024, which is over 15%.
So what does that translate to? Homes don't just sell because they exist anymore.
That's right. Pricing and presentation matter again. And here's where people get surprised. The median sales price for residential homes in December was $581,000, which is up almost 6% from last year. Year to date, median price is $583,000, also up over 5%.
So yes, prices rose even though sales slowed down.
Now, that tells us something important. Sellers who price correctly, they still win.
Now let's look at inventory. It ticked up slightly, 440 homes for sale and 1.5 months of supply. That's still a seller-leaning market, but not extreme.
And that's good news for buyers because they now have time to think, time to inspect, and in some cases, room to negotiate. Carrie, when buyers hear prices are still rising, but homes are sitting longer, what should they actually be paying attention to?
They really should be thinking about the payment more than the price. Rate buy downs and concessions are back in play. So you want to get a strong pre-approval because it matters more than ever. Buyers who are prepared win leverage, even in the seller-leaning market. So we're seeing buyers succeed not by chasing the lowest price, but by structuring smarter offers.
Okay, so now let's talk condos because this is a very different market. New listings more than doubled in December, which is crazy. Pending sales were up, closed sales dipped for the month, but they were up slightly year to date. Condos sold faster in December, 26 days compared to 39 days last year. Oops, sorry. But year to date, days on the market jumped to 51 days, which tells us that condos can sit if they're not priced right.
So what's the big difference from residential homes?
Well, the condo median price is actually down about 6% year to date, and the average condo price is down over 20%. That's a pricing sensitive buyer pool. And condos also bring different financing considerations, right?
They do. A few of those key points are that you have to look into the HOA and the health of the HOA. Depends on how active it is and what the bylaws are. There's also a few other things that you should consider. Insurance issues. Most of the things that happen with insurance is that you would get a walls in policy only, and there is a master policy that covers the entire condo development. So there's often down payment differences. I wouldn't say it's significantly different, but you definitely want to come in with just a little bit more because there are some other things that come into play as far as costs, and that's a condo questionnaire and a few other things like that that are kind of fees that you don't think about when you're purchasing a condo. So why preview the HOA and how does that save a deal?
Right. Okay. So if you're thinking of selling in 2026, here's the truth. Overpricing costs you more than pricing right. Buyers are comparing everything online first, and homes are selling fast, but not by accident.
So if you're a buyer waiting for a crash, this data does not support that.
But if you're waiting for leverage, it's already here. Negotiation, concessions, inspection flexibility.
So prepared buyers win in this type of market.
And this is why local data matters. If you want help understanding what these numbers mean for your situation, reach out and make sure you follow along. We break this down every month. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next week, same time, same place. And until then,
have a great week, everyone.
Bye, everyone.